guys, Jordan Miller, your online physique building coach, back at it again with another informative video. Actually, this video is more of a story than an informative video, but it's about my first bodybuilding show that I did when I was 15 years old. And I really want to talk about it, what I went through, and sort of what we can take from my first bodybuilding show when I was 15 years old in high school. So if you haven't watched my last video, which was basically like my journey from being bullied, being picked on, close to suicide at 12, 13, all the way up until doing my first, second, third bodybuilding show, all the way up until today. If you haven't watched that, that's the last video. I'll go ahead and link that up above if you want to go check that video out. If you have not seen that yet, go watch that first, just a reference for this video. Alright guys, so about 15 years old, I was training in the gym, talking to some people, thinking about doing a bodybuilding show. I actually found a guy who had done a bunch of natural bodybuilding shows and got to talking to him. Well, he ended up helping me out, writing me a diet plan, and here's how the diet plan went for Jordan Miller at 15 years old. So meal 1, 12 egg whites, half a cup of oats, and a small tablespoon of peanut butter. And you all know how big that tablespoon of peanut butter gets when you're getting closer and closer to your show. It grows and grows and grows, and you don't really pay attention to that scoop of peanut butter going from 16 grams all the way into 40 grams, and you don't really realize you're eating more calories throughout. That's one big mistake that I made in the beginning, not weighing my freaking peanut butter and almond butter. Weigh your peanut butter and almond butter, you contest prep people. First meal, 12 egg whites, half a cup of oats, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Second meal, 30 grams of protein shake, and some almonds. Third meal was half a cup of brown rice and 8 ounces of chicken. I think fourth meal was 8 ounces of chicken and just broccoli. Fifth meal was, I think, a protein shake. And then the sixth meal was like fish, and like 6 to 8 ounces of fish and a couple hundred grams of sweet potato. And that was basically my diet throughout contest prep. When we got closer and closer and closer the last 8 weeks, we cut out all carbs. So literally cut out my oats in the morning, cut out my brown rice in a couple meals, cut out my sweet potato. I was eating no carbs except for one day. One day. On Sunday, I was having a night where I would have carbs. I would have sweet potato, I would have oats, and it would just fill me out and I would feel really good. And I would sit there and watch Jersey Shore while carbing up for this first show. Me at 15 years old, had the Jersey Shore haircut, 15 years old, like in high school, tan. Everybody called me Ronnie from Jersey Shore because I was like the one tan buff guy in school. Had some sort of aesthetics going on. So literally everyone referenced Jersey Shore to Jordan Miller. Like the references to me in high school were Ronnie from Jersey Shore or steroids. That was my nickname. One of the things that really irritated people in high school is that a lot of the times my third or fourth meal would be in the middle of school. So I'd be in like math class or something, and I would just pop out a Tupperware bowl, open that thing up. It would have a can of tuna in there and some rice and some lemon juice, and people would just get so frustrated with the fact that I'm sitting here in the middle of math class, opening a Tupperware bowl, letting out this amazing fragrance of tuna fish for everyone to smell. It was just great. It was just great. It pissed off everybody. Literally guys, if you want to do a bodybuilding show or a physique show or something like that in high school, everyone's gonna think that you're a little weird. People are gonna say steroids because you're putting on muscle and you're getting leaner and you're carving out a physique in high school, and not many people actually do that. So the people that do sort of get vilified and called steroids, and they're kind of pointed out, and you're different from the crowd. And that might seem like a bad thing to you guys now, but I promise you in the future that is going to be what helps you in life. So don't ever worry about fitting in with people, even if people point you out and vilify you for being different. The thing is guys, if you're different in life, if you're different from the herd, you're different from the crowd, you're doing something that sets you apart, you're going to be picked on, you're going to be vilified, you're going to be pointed out, you're going to be made fun of. It's just the way it is, because not everybody understands people that are different from everybody else. Most people aren't going to understand that type of person. If that's you, a lot of people aren't going to understand you, and that's okay. They don't have to. Anyways, I remember getting ready for that first show. That last couple weeks, I ended up getting down to about 156 pounds, cutting down from, I think I started out at like 180 something, where I was just like extremely fat. I was just fat, like no abs whatsoever, man boobs. And the funny thing is, right now, I'm actually 23 years old at 184, and I've got abs. I've still got a little bit of chest striations, chest separation. I've still got some striations going on in my triceps. I don't have shredded abs by any means whatsoever. I've got fluffy looking abs, but back then at 180 something, I was just fat. Like, I was just plain fat, like pointy chest. Like, I had some chest muscle going on, but it was under some fatty stuff going on right there. So I just kind of looked like I had man boobs. And yeah, that was me back when I was 14, 15 years old. I'd built a little bit of muscle. I'd maybe seen one abdominal crease pop out and I was super excited about it, but I was wanting to get shredded and step on stage, you guys, and that's okay. Even if you're 15 years old, if you want to do a bodybuilding show, do a bodybuilding show. I'm not going to tell you not to. I will say that most of the time in your teens should be spent bulking up and building muscle and being in a caloric surplus, which means eating more than your body needs to maintain its body weight. Building muscle, you shouldn't worry about being shredded throughout your entire teen years, but at the same time, if you want to do a bodybuilding show at 14, 15, do a freaking bodybuilding show at 14, 15. Like, screw what everybody else says, screw what everybody else thinks. So I remember actually dieting down, getting to that last couple weeks, and I was just like irritable. Like, people would irritate me at school, and I would just like want to fight all of them. People would call me steroids, and I wasn't even talking anymore. I was just so frustrated about hearing that word, so frustrated about being compared to Ronnie from Jersey Shore. I just like, that last 6 weeks of my contest prep in high school at 15 years old, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was frustrated with everybody because people were like, all the little things that irritate you when you're not dieting just like eat at you so hardcore when you're dieting. So when someone walks by and they're like, steroids, and you're 6 weeks out from a bodybuilding show and you're depleted, in your head you're just like breaking that person's neck, just in your head. You don't do it in real life because obviously you go to prison, but in your head that's kind of what you're thinking. You're also very weak and brittle, so if you were to get in a fight, there's a chance that you might like break a bone because you're weak and brittle from being on low carbs for contest prep. And that diet, not the best diet protocol. I don't do that anymore. I don't do the 6 to 7 meals, low carb, zero carb thing for contest prep. I didn't know better. I was 15 years old. This is why I'm an online coach, and coaching one person to the next is completely separate. Nobody can go on a plan that's anything like the next person. No one can go on a workout routine or a diet plan that's the same to this person to this person. Everybody is completely different, physically, psychologically, lifestyle. Fast forward to the actual show day. I was really excited, and also really nervous because there were a lot of guys there that looked insane compared to me. Like, they were 25, 30-year-old bodybuilders that have been training for like 30, 40 plus years. And here's little Jordan stepping in that's been training for 2 years. And yeah, I've got abs. I've got a decent little set of biceps. I've got some cute little quads growing. My calves look good. And I was really nervous. And competing, I didn't actually place that bad. The number one guy that won the show was 19 years old, turning 20 in like a couple of days. And he already had a pretty good physique because he was like almost 20 years old and he'd been working out for 5+ years. I'd been working out for 2, I was freaking 15. I think he ended up placing third. And the thing that irritated me is the second place winner, in my opinion, was very political because that guy literally was just tall and skinny. Yeah, maybe he was a little bit leaner than me. He literally had like no muscle mass whatsoever. He was literally tall and skinny. He had no quads, he had no arms. He literally just had abs. That guy had a coach that I believe was on the board of judges, so he placed second over me, and they wanted to place him first, but he was nowhere near the 19-year-old guy that won that show. So that was my first kind of taste of politics in bodybuilding, if you will, and that frustrated me a little bit. But after that first show, I learned that bodybuilding shows, they're not really about winning, they're about beating your best physique from last time. So in that first show, I was like, all right, I'm fired up, I wanted to do another show. The second show when I was 16 was really just about beating me at the first show when I was 15. And I learned how to actually diet a little bit better. I was starting to count macros instead of just kind of bro dieting. Basically what I'm saying here, guys, is your first show is going to be a learning experience, and you should do it for you. Don't do it to go and try to beat everybody or to get a pro card or anything like that. Go and do the show for you. And one thing I really recommend, and I'm not just saying this so you guys will hire me as your prep coach, but have someone helping you. If you don't have someone helping you, whether it's your first, second, or third show, then things are going to go wrong and you're going to have no one to turn to. You're not going to be sure, when should I drop my fat? When should I drop my carbs? When should I change my workout to work more on squeezing muscle and work more on things that'll help me more on stage as opposed to strength exercises? When should I make these changes? When should I do this? When should I start posing? How's my posing looking? All of these different variables. When you get 6 weeks out, there are going to be times where you want to give up because the diet is really, really hard, and a lot of people just don't make it to the stage day. It's really, really difficult. It's really demanding on your body, especially if you're in high school, if you're in college, if you have a full-time job, which is basically everybody. It's really hard. It makes things harder. You get irritable, can't sleep as well. Your sex drive goes down if you're a guy. Probably does if you're a girl. I'm not a girl, so I wouldn't really know that. I can just kind of look at stuff. I can't actually relate because I'm not a girl. Okay, sweetheart, see what I did there? Some people are gonna get real triggered right now, and I'm not sorry. My apologies, guys. My camera went ahead and overheated because it's really hot outside right now. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video before my camera turns into a burning ball of flames and fury and just catches on fire and dies for good. So if you enjoyed this video, like the video, share the video if you can help anybody with this video, help somebody that's in need of your help. Comment if you have any questions or concerns, and if you want me to be your online prep coach, please ask. I will help you willingly. That is what I do. All love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.